Question 33. Your organization has a 3-tier web application deployed in the same network on Google Cloud Platform. Each tier, web, API, and database, scales independently of the others. Network traffic should flow through the web to the API tier and then on to the database tier. Traffic should not flow between the web and the database tier. How should you configure the network? A. Add each tier to a different subnetwork. B. Set up software-based firewalls on individual VMs. C. Add tags to each tier and set up routes to allow the desired traffic flow. D. Add tags to each tier and set up firewall rules to allow the desired traffic flow. The correct answer is D. Add tags to each tier and set up firewall rules to allow the desired traffic flow. Explanation. In Google Cloud Platform, network traffic control is typically managed using firewall rules. Tags can be applied to virtual machine, VM, instances, and firewall rules can then be defined based on these tags to control traffic between different parts of the infrastructure. 1. Tagging the tiers. Tags can be applied to instances in each tier, web, API, and database. For example, the web tier can be tagged with web, the API tier with API, and the database tier with DB. 2. Firewall rules. Once the tags are applied to the instances, you can create firewall rules that allow or restrict traffic between different tiers. You can configure the firewall rules to allow traffic from the web tier to the API tier and from the API tier to the database tier, while preventing direct communication from the web tier to the database tier. 3. Flexibility and control. This approach allows fine-grained control over which tier can communicate with which, without the need for complex routing or software-based firewalls on individual VMs. Why other options are incorrect? A. Add each tier to a different subnetwork. Why not? While subnetting can help in isolating traffic between different segments of the network, it does not inherently provide the level of fine-grained control over traffic flow. To control the flow, firewall rules would still be needed, and subnetting alone wouldn't achieve the desired result of restricting direct database-to-web traffic. B. Set up software-based firewalls on individual VMs. Why not? Managing firewall settings on individual VMs can become cumbersome and difficult to scale. It's not the most efficient or manageable approach, especially in large environments with many VMs. Using Google Cloud's native firewall rules with tags is more effective and scalable. C. Add tags to each tier and set up routes to allow the desired traffic flow. Why not? Routes in Google Cloud are primarily used to direct traffic between subnets or networks, not to filter or control traffic between tiers. For controlling access between different parts of your application, firewall rules, not routes, should be used. Conclusion. By adding tags to each tier and setting up firewall rules, you can effectively control which services can communicate with each other, ensuring the desired traffic flow between the web, API, and database tiers while preventing direct access between the web and database tiers.